Uma Kumaran to make her maiden speech.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I'm grateful for the opportunity to make my maiden speech with my parents and husband in the gallery today. I congratulate the Honourable Member for Eastleigh, who gave an impassioned speech, showing how deeply they care for their community, its heritage, and in particular the history of caring for refugees, and spoke so lovingly of her late parents. Madam Deputy Speaker, it's the honour of my life to be elected as the first ever MP for Stratford and Bow. I was born in East London. I've lived in Stratford and in Bow. I studied at one of our brilliant local universities, Queen Mary, and to go from local student to local MP in 20 years has been quite the homecoming. And not getting our declaration result until nearly 6 a.m. Really did bring back memories of stumbling home from uni. I pay tribute to the force of nature, Lynn Brown, who served her home, West Ham, as the Member of Parliament for 19 years, with 36 years in total of selfless service to communities in Newham. A true East London girl, her guidance and support have been invaluable. I have no doubt her contribution to the East End and public life will continue. I also inherit Bow from my honourable friend for Bethnal Green and Stepney. Another trailblazer, the first Bangladeshi origin woman elected to Parliament. She's inspired a generation with the promise of what's possible. Madam Deputy Speaker, while Stratford and Bow is a new parliamentary constituency, its history is old and rich. The Women's Hall at Old Ford Road in Bow was home to Sylvia Pankhurst and Nora Smith, the headquarters of the East London Federation of Suffragettes from 1914 to 1924. The beating heart of the East End suffrage movement, the home of the Match Girls strike, and once to the largest union of women and girls in the country. Every corner is filled with the history of the struggle for women's rights and for our voices to be heard, a history that I work every day to honour. And as a proud granddaughter of a trade unionist and a member of the GMB union, I go forward in their memory and continue to fight for working people. Parts of my constituency have been represented by illustrious political figures, Charles Key, Keir Hardie, Lansbury and Clement Attlee, who led the Labour government that created our beloved NHS. So no pressure on this new member. Our stunning Victoria Park with its breathtaking canals opened to the public in 1845 and became the People's Park, a centre for political meetings and rallies with speakers such as William Morris and Annie Besant. And it's not just political history we're blessed with in Stratford and Bow. I'm sure many of the honourable members here love nothing more than going home after a long day sitting in the chamber and putting on their favourite grime playlist. Or they can thank Bow for playing an integral part in the origins of grime music, with Roman Road and its once beloved record shop producing artists and crews such as Roll Deep and Skepta, to name just two. And over in Newham, we have our top boy, Kano. I can see I've completely baffled some members here. So for their tastes, which are a little bit more retro, we're also home to ABBA Voyage. And in my constituency is a place where you can come and spend your money in some of our brilliant local and international businesses. And of course, you cannot miss it, sitting at the heart of my constituency, the London Stadium, a place of joy and wonder of the 2012 Olympics and some of our most wonderful sporting achievements. And as this generation of Team GB Paralympians compete in Paris, I send my wishes to them. The ability to bring people together that sports possesses is like nothing else. So it's a privilege and honour to be the Member of Parliament for the greatest club in world football. Sorry, Keir, West Ham. And as a Hammer since the 5th of July, I'm proud to forever be blowing bubbles. And I know there's several Hammers fans on these benches and throughout the parliamentary estate. Probably more of us than there are members in the opposite benches. Stratford and Bow is a wonderful and vibrant and diverse constituency, and our current heritage lives up to its history. Forest Gate, the home of independent cafes and shops. Forest Gate Pride, the nature and beauty overlooking Wanstead Flats. The bustling shops of Green Street serving communities throughout East London alongside mosques, temples, synagogues, gurdwaras and churches. It's a place that's truly representative of the rich tapestry of cultures and people that make up our great capital city, London. People from all over the world have come to Stratford and Bow to make their UK their homes. and my constituency is a prime example of Britain at its best, with pearly kings and queens, white, European, Indian, Bengali, Pakistani, Chinese, African, Asian, Middle Eastern, European, Caribbean communities and more living side by side and working together to make a better society for everyone. Wherever you're from, you're welcome in Stratford-on-Bow. Mr. Speaker, I'm proud too to have origins as an East London girl, born in Homerton Hospital. But I was born here but by fate. I am the daughter of Tamil refugees and the child of a community that knows what it's like to endure prejudice and persecution. My parents, proud and patriotic British citizens, came to Britain over 40 years ago. But they didn't simply come here. They fled for their lives, forced to leave behind everything and everyone they knew and loved, torn from a good and prosperous life in their prime, starting from scratch in a country unfamiliar, working multiple jobs day and night to give me the chances that were taken from them. Britain welcomed my parents with open arms so they could rebuild their lives and flourish, and it was the East End that they first chose to call their home. This is the London I know and love, and it's the story of Britain and British values at its best. Yeah. Outward-looking, compassionate, a country where you can work hard and triumph. Mum and Dad, thank you for everything. Your endurance, your will to succeed. You are part of the success story of Britain. And there's a story that can be found in every corner of Stratford-on-Bow and in every part of Britain. The hope and aspiration for a better tomorrow that all parents have for their children, the dreams of a safe and secure life. And it's this hope and determination to fight for a better future that this Labour government will work hard every day to deliver. And whether you were born in Stratford-on-Bow, came here in search of a better life, or just moved to the best bit of London, whatever your start in life, I'll make sure your voices are heard and your voices are valued. And I pledge to work day in, day out to tackle the root cause of poverty, to fight for more police on our streets so that women and girls feel safe to walk home at night, so that parents don't have to worry about knife crime, so that young men aren't having to look over their shoulder when they walk home after dark, and to fight for an NHS that's here for us in our time of need, where patients can be seen in wards, not corridors. Delivering my maiden speech during the GB energy debate is apt. Climate change remains one of the greatest challenges of our time, and we must redouble our efforts. Before I came to this place, I worked internationally on climate action with cities around the world, the United Nations and civil society to help stop our world going past the point of no return, to ensure that generations who come after us have a world that's not been destroyed because of our failure to act or our fear of being bold. Madam Deputy Speaker, finally, I feel deeply the responsibility I have to repay the faith the people of Stratford-on-Bow have placed in me, and the duty I have to be their voice here in Westminster. I'll work every day for this, and for the values and pledges I was elected on. Thank you. Yeah.